This is Eric Cobra.
And Rana Naraja.
And Warlord 1.
And Givelia.
And this is Let's Play Lone Wolf Blind. Now, whom of you can remember what happened yesterday?
We stole a horse after we killed a Dracarim who was caught cheating.
Yeah, you killed him with your mighty shaft. I remember that.
Yeah, knock it off.
No, really, the main erotica in this story is really a thing. I don't even think we have run into a pretty girl so far. You know, a girl who are directly described as pretty. It's all men.
Well, you ran into that Catwoman who was described as having some sort of allure to her. But, yeah, besides that, I can't really remember.
Yeah, but that was a cat deity. That does not really count.
How many women have we even run into? I think it's mostly men we run into.
Yeah, and there was that female villain last time. Looked kind of nice, but on the picture, but that's about it. And it's never mentioned what she looks like, that I can remember.
Yeah, and it turned out that she fled quite quickly after we killed her.
Yeah. But yeah, besides stealing a horse and killing a dude with your shaft, you also wreaked havoc on the coast and blew up a battleship.
Yep.
And now we're disguised as a Dracarim.
Yep. So anyway, it is nearing the hour of sunset when you set eyes on the naval base of Argasat. It nestles in the curve of a cliff, a natural harbor, protected from the pounding waters of the Helenac by a long promontory of rock. This wall-like barrier serves as a quay for more than 50 ironclad warships. The evil armada that is slowly strangling your country. Along the quay, huddled in the shadows of the surrounding cliffs, are a host of grim grey buildings, newly constructed from iron and stone. Their greasy windows flare with the orange light of fires that roar within, warming the Dracarim sailors and marines who crew the Darklands fleet. Before entering the base, the trail joins a highway that approaches Argasat from the south. You stop to consult your map and discover that this road leads to the city fortress of Kog and Ornak. You consider avoiding the naval base and riding to Ornak, but soon dismiss the idea. The journey would take you across the Naugisaga, one of the most desolate wastelands in all of Magnamont. And it just started pouring on my end of this. Jeez. Is it raining over at your apartment too, Rana?
No, I cannot really hear a damn thing. Well,
I can actually hear it over the sky.
Yeah.
Jesus shit.
Well, if it's not raining over at your apartment, Rana, then give it a few seconds. This weather should be arriving quite soon, I guess.
Yeah, I can't see anything either.
Yeah, well, you're halfway across the country. In any case, even if you could survive the heat, the dust, and the hellish creatures that dominate that great desert, your mount would be sure to perish for lack of food and water. Oh, and by the way, hunting is no longer good enough to get food. You need hunt mastery to hunt in this area, which you fortunately have.
That ability.
Yeah, but it just mentioned that here. A wall of stones surmounted by an unbroken coil of razor-sharp wire encircles the naval base. There's only one way through this perimeter wall, a gate that is guarded by a squad of Death Knights, the elite of the Dracarim. Boldly you ride towards the gate, hoping to pass through unchallenged, but as you approach, the Death Knights take up their spears and stand shoulder to shoulder across the road. "Take Okak Agakok Agasat, shot!" demands the sergeant gruffly. So I wish to use
Take a cock. Seriously?
I
well,
have no
take
idea what they're saying.
Okak. It's take Okak, not Okak.
Seriously, it's like trying to understand an Urukai.
But anyway, do we wish to use Psi Search?
Yes, thank you very much. I'm gonna get the feeling Givelia is still trying not to laugh her ass off.
A little bit, but yeah, let's use some side search.
When you fail to answer, the burly son strides forward and repeats his command impatiently. You meet his cold stare and project a surge of psychic energy directly into his brain. He begins to shiver, his cruel eyes widening as your attack erodes his ability to concentrate. You will him to allow you to pass, and mechanically turns around to face his troops. "Agnatok," he says. "Dog look shot." So, yeah, you just Jedi mind tricked him.
These are not the droids you are looking for.
Exactly.
Or more appropriately, this is not the Kai Lord you're looking for.
Yeah.
Or Kai Master, whatever the fuck we are right now.
That's actually more accurate.
As the armored soldiers stand aside, you ride quickly through the gate and along a shadowy street that leads down to the quay. At the end of the street is a sign that indicates the way to the two main areas of Argasat, the ironclad harbour and the supply depot. Do you wish to investigate the harbour or the supply depot first?
The supply depot.
Okay.
Sure.
You follow a cobblestoned alleyway and soon arrive at a large square, flanked to the north, south and west by warehouses, yet dominated by a smaller building on the east side. Its granite walls are festooned with black flags bearing the emblem of a silver ship and fiery sword, and atop its flat roof there sits a huge winged creature with mottled grey skin, an imperial slan beast. You watch with grim fascination as the beast feeds from a pile of horse carcasses stacked beside its perch. Then a daring thought comes to mind. If you could reach the roof of the building and steal the slan beast, it would be possible to reach Ornak by air in a matter of hours, rather than the days it would take by land or sea. After running once around the building to assess its defenses, you leave your horse tethered to a rail near a side entrance and approach the only door that appears to be unguarded. It is locked, but the crude bolt that secures it proves no match for your basic Kai skill of mind over matter.
Yeah, and just by the way, what you mentioned before, Koba, yeah, now we are beginning to feel the rain at my end.
Ah yes, I figured it would reach you at some point. It stopped over here though, so it should be over in a few secs.
Damn you, Cobra, and your druidic rain skills!
Actually, it's just basic knowledge of weather. We live close to each other, so any weather that hits me is bound to hit you.
Unless it's going the other way.
Yeah. Well, unless it hits him first, of course.
What did you say that slam beast was eating?
Horse carcasses.
Horses. Jesus, shit.
Yeah, as long as it does not start munching on ours.
The bolt clicks back.
So do humans, all the time. Tastes kind of sweet.
I think I had horse once, but so long ago.
I did too. I don't really like it. As I said, it's just too sweet.
The bolt clicks back, the door swings open, and you enter the building unseen. Beyond the door lies a corridor that leads to a narrow hall of stone. Its ceiling, flat and undomed, is supported by thick columns that march in rows down the sides of the walls. Marching columns. I know again what they're trying to say, but every time they say that a piece of the structure is marching, it's just... I just get these weird images. Between the columns are plain steel doors, the largest one guarded by death knights. From the safety of the shadow, you watch as this great door swings open and a man, swathed in a voluminous scarlet robe, emerges into the corridor. He speaks at length with the two guards, who depart in haste when he has finished, as if running an important errand. Beyond the great door you can see a flight of stairs ascending into darkness. The man in red watches the death knights leave and then turns and ascends the stairs hurriedly, leaving the great steel door ajar. Hoping that this staircase leads to the roof, you cross the corridor and follow the robed man, taking care not to be seen as you stalk silently in his wake. Your Kai skills keep you hidden from view and enable you to gain entry to the chamber that occupies the entire top floor of this building. There you take cover behind one of the many statues that encircle the floor and witness a scene that chills you to the core. On a throne of hewn granite, ringed by 7 pillars of fire, sits a being whose form radiates pure evil. A loose grey robe shrouds his skeletal frame. It is drawn closely about a stringy throat that swells and shrinks repulsively as he sucks the sulphurous air. With a claw-like finger he scrapes nervously at the blistered flesh that is stretched tightly across the swollen left side of his face, attempting in vain to hook the head of a snake-like parasite that is burrowed into his jaw. His eyes, deep sunken and red-rimmed with the unbearable pain of his affliction, burn with sick fanaticism as he listens impatiently to the pleasing excuses being offered by two who stand before him, the man in red and one other, both humbly bowed. The luckless mortals plead their case, speaking in the Vasagonian tongue, a language that you mastered long ago. They speak of delays in the construction of a mighty battleship, a shortage of materials, and of too little time which to finish their work. Their words anger the seated one. He curses them, and the floor shudders beneath the weight of his unnatural voice. "You would dare defy me?" he roars. "You would court the anger of Krogenskull, Lord of Argasat?"
And now we're in Mass Effect. Krogenskull.
Not Krogan Skull.
Oh. Well, isn't that
Krogenskull.
just plural?
What?
Oh well.
What?
Krogan, isn't that just plural? Krogan.
Krogan.
I heard it pronounced that way.
It's one Krogan, multiple Krogan. Maybe Krogans. But it's not Krogan.
I heard it pronounced that way a few times, but then again, people in that game has accents too, so hey.
And it isn't relevant to the situation at hand. Fools! Know you this! If your work is not completed before the next moon, you shall wish yourselves truly dead. 1,000 years of agony shall be the reward for your failure. 1,000 years of undeath in the dungeon of Helgedar.
And no one takes him seriously as someone just sounds like they're sipping a soda. As if they paid to watch him scold the two.
Well, the Kylo's just standing there, eating his popcorn, sipping his soda, and just like, this is entertaining.
This is delightful.
Yeah, by the way, there's a picture of the guy. So yeah, this is the dude.
What the hell?
I introduce Captain Skullbeard.
Yeah. Well, excuse me a moment, someone is knocking at my door.
Okay.
Right, that means we cut again. That was like, what, 10 seconds of footage?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, what do you mean here with a beard?
Look around his mouth. It's very obvious that he have a beard.
Actually, that's like a cyst. It's a pulsating mass of infected flesh with parasites in it.
It looks like a beard.
So his parasites look like a beard, okay, that?
His flesh is swollen with fluids and parasitic infections.
I see.
It's a tumor.
That doesn't change the fact that it looks like a beard.
Anyway, fired by his own rage, the corpse-like Dark Lord Krogenskull rises from his throne and draws his sword that hangs sheathed at his side. The blade is unlike any that you've seen. It is wholly black, a black so dense that it appears entirely separate from the hilt, like a tear through which you glimpse the nightmare depths of space.
Seriously, that sounds like that ridiculous black lightsaber from Star Wars.
Are the stars in it?
No,
not
it's
exactly.
black. It's not black with sparkles.
Oh.
Do please pay attention to what I'm saying.
You said the darkness of space.
Yeah. That would mean the black part of space. Not the part with particles that glimmer. If it's the darkness of space, it's obviously not the part with light in it.
Yeah, pay attention, people.
He levels the sword at the covering men to reinforce his threat, but the blade rebels. It twists in his hand and points accusingly at the place where you are hiding.
What the hell? Oh, so sort of like a counter Somersword maybe, that it can sense goodness.
The Dark Lord narrows his feral eyes and a wave of psychic shock buffets your mind. Do you wish to use eye screen?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes, please.
That would be nice.
Desperately, you draw on your psychic defenses, erecting a shield to deflect the surge of mental energy that is coursing through your mind. Roll the die. Oh, and you may add 6 to the number.
11 then.
The swiftness of your action and the degree of psychic mastery you have attained save you from sustaining any injury to your central nervous system. Rapidly the shock fades, leaving you alert and ready to face Dark Lord Krogenskull. The two Vesagonians unsheath their rapier-thin swords and advance towards you, secretly thankful that they are no longer the target of Krogenskull's wrath. The Dark Lord orders them to halt and demands that you step within the circle of the fiery pillars and explain your intrusion. You sense that he has not detected your true identity, that his psychic skills are solely destructive, and that he is, for now, deceived by your Dracaran disguise.
Huh. Still, how do you explain what exactly we are doing?
I have come from the victorious army of Dark Lord Sork, the conqueror of Croatia, with vital information to impart, O mighty Lord of Darkness, you say slavishly. You speak partly in Vesagonian and partly in Giak to maintain your deception. There is a traitor in your court. He has tried to send word to the enemy to warn them of what is being constructed in Argasat. I know who he is, and I carry proof of his treachery. Speak, commands Krogenskull. Speak or die! I shall speak, O invincible Lord of Death and Decay, but I crave your confidence. Can we not speak alone? You cast an accusing glance at the two Vesagonians, and they return your look with fear and hatred blazing in their eyes.